Hallo meine Lieben, willkommen zurück zu meinem Sender. Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah and today we're going to be doing the assumptions video, but a little bit different. We're going to be talking about the assumptions that people have about Germany or people from Germany. Now, if you don't already know this, I am half German, half American, hence the getup. And I thought that this would actually be really fun because a lot of the stereotypes are true, but a lot of them are not true. So I reached out to you guys on Instagram, shameless plug, put my Instagram handle right here if you want to follow along, and I got some really fun assumptions. So we're gonna go over those right now. Assumption number 1 is from Ashley, and she says, you all love Nutella. Well, Ashley, I know that you know me and have known me for a very long time. So for me personally, yes, this is true. And I would say that Nutella is kind of like the peanut butter and jelly of Germany. All right, this next assumption is from Kim. She says, we all walk around in Lederhosen and Dirndl eating sauerkraut and bratwurst every day. I don't know what you're talking about, Kim. So this is somewhat true. I would say that most Germans, especially in the southern part, do own the traditional getup, but it really is just for like Oktoberfest and parties. Nobody walks around in this in their day-to-day. And while most people do love bratwurst and sauerkraut, you know, it's kind of like saying Americans love hot dogs. Who doesn't love a hot dog? So this next one I actually got a couple of times, and that is all Germans are organized and punctual. I would say that for myself, this is not so true. I'm not the best with organized. We're gonna blame my American side for that. But yes, for the country as a whole, I would say that they are a group of rule followers and very, you know, organized, punctual human beings. It's just kind of the way that they're brought up and what you're taught in school. So we're gonna say that this one is true. The next one that I got from the gingerbread mama is all Germans drink beer. I would say for the most part, this is true. I myself do not like beer. I don't like the taste of it. So, you know, obviously you can't say everybody drinks beer, but yes, Germany has some really great beers, some great breweries. So for the most part, I would say most people drink beer. All Germans drink and curse heavily. You love to drink. They all drink beer. You love to drink. So a lot of people think that Germans are big drinkers. They all have a heavy accent. If you've heard my husband talk, this also is probably true. I think it's just that totally different type of enunciation of certain letters is just really hard to lose in another language. Like they have a really hard time pronouncing the THs, and then their R's, or you know, they can't, the R. I remember everybody in Germany would want me to say the word hamburger or Burger King. They thought that that was just the funniest thing ever because of the way that I pronounced my R. Sanella says, they all have blonde hair and blue eyes. No, I'm just kidding. My husband is actually very olive skinned. He has dark hair, so no, not all Germans have blonde hair and blue eyes. There may be more than there are in America, or it may be more common than it is in America, but no, I would not say everybody. Another fun one is, everyone lives in old castles or homes that are always musty. I don't know what to make of this. No. This is not true. You always sound so angry. I actually don't think this, by the way, ha ha ha. Again, I think that some of the intonations can sound angry. Like let's say we're gonna say, hey Sophie, come downstairs, it's time for dinner. I would say, hey Sophie, komm runter, es ist Zeit zum Abendessen. Does that sound angry to you? Another one is, all Germans are very uptight. Again, I don't think that you can say all Germans. I find myself to be a little bit more uptight. I am a rule follower. It's in me, it's ingrained in me. I have to follow the rules. So if that makes somebody uptight, then sure, Germans may be a little bit uptighter than certain other places. Southern Mommy Style says, all Germans are blunt and direct. Yes, I would say that this is true. This is something that I've been accused of my whole life. I don't really know why. I think it's just the way that people are raised, but you know, if we are going to be considered a group of rule followers, if you're doing something wrong, guess what? We're gonna tell you that you're not following the rules. All right, this next one says, Germans hate small talk. And I agree somewhat. I mean, I think that if you are in a business type of environment where you have to learn how to network, like you know how to small talk, it is something that you learn. But with your friends or with your coworkers, there's not as much like, hey, how was your weekend? Like if they're gonna ask you that, they actually genuinely wanna know. Whereas here in America, sometimes I feel like people are just, you know, talking to talk or to be polite or whatever. So I would agree with this somewhat. Now, another one that's probably one of the most famous ones is that Germans have no sense of humor. This is absolutely false. My German friends are some of my funniest friends. My husband is also funny, even though I don't let him know this all the time because, you know, I gotta keep him on his toes. But it's just, Germans have a very different sense of humor. The stuff that they find funny is a little bit different. This assumption is all Germans love soccer. Yes, 100% true. If it's the World Cup or the European Cup and Germany is playing, chances are your work is gonna be closed, everybody's gonna leave and go to a bar, or they're gonna bring in a TV and let you watch the game at work. Like they take it very, very seriously. It's kind of like the equivalent to the Super Bowl here, but the Super Bowl is always on Sunday, so you wouldn't encounter people having to like close down a business or regular business hours. Okay, here's one that I thought was funny that I actually found online. This is not something someone said to me, but it says, fresh air cures all ills, but a draft can kill you. This is the best thing I've ever read because Germans think that the air conditioning is going to kill you. Like the draft is gonna make you sick. I don't really understand it because I grew up with an air conditioning, but this is Germans my age too. Like almost everybody thinks that the air conditioning is going to kill you. On the flip side of that, fresh air is the cure for everything. Like you ate too much food, go outside and get some fresh air. You aren't feeling well, go outside and get some fresh air. You have the flu, open up a window to get some fresh air. It's just, I don't know, it's like a cure-all, I guess. And then this last one is probably my favorite one that I got, and that is Germans always get to the sunbeds first, always. I had to laugh so hard at this one because it is true. If you've ever been to a hotel that has sunbeds outside and the way to reserve them is by laying a towel on them, Germans are going to be the first ones to put their towels down. I don't know why, and I have been so guilty of this myself. My mom and I have gotten up like at sunrise before in Mexico to go put our towels on a sunbed to make sure that we have a spot that have an umbrella. So yes, this is true. I have been very guilty of this. All right, friends, that was it for my assumptions video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I am going to be making a couple more of these videos because I actually thought this was hilarious. This is so much better than assumptions about me, because this way I can kind of objectively comment on what I think is true and not true about Germany and Germans. So again, thanks for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Auf Wiedersehen. Guys, I'm having such a hard time breathing in this outfit. Ugh.